What's up, Final Fantasy fam? Welcome back to another video. I've actually had a few comments on YouTube of people asking me how I actually do this sort of job hotbar easy change thing. That way you guys aren't really cluttering up your screen and whatnot. But we're going to do this a couple different ways. We're going to do a few variations of it, and I will leave everything in the comments down below so you guys can just copy it, change the wording to your specific jobs, etc. So don't worry about it. But starting off, you need to know how I got this on my screen. Now, the easiest way to tell you is to go into your HUD layouts, and I basically just sort of have one of these HUD layouts. Mine happens to be HUD layout 3, dedicated to specifically this. So I basically just put some hotbars in the middle of my screen, made them super massive, and then I started throwing all these macros onto this. So to start that off, you're basically just going to want to go into your macros similar to I did. I literally just have a button here and it just says /HUD layout 3. So I put that on my normal sort of character bars down here in the bottom right, this red sword in the bottom right over, I'm confused. That way over there somewhere. And just hitting it or hitting the keybind for it will just change to my HUD layout 3 where I put all these bars. Now, obviously, I could clean this up a bit and hide job icons and all these debuffs and stuff, but they didn't really bother me, so I left them. So we have our HUD layout 3 here. This is what it changes to, and then I just slapped all of my macros into this. So simply clicking any of these things will then change to my desired job. But in order to do that, you're also going to need to set up all those macros individually, but luckily you can copy paste all of them pretty much and just sort of change a few numbers. So starting off, here's an example. I'm going to show you the warrior. So the first line you're going to want is /macro icon, all one word. And then in parentheses, you're going to want to put the job itself, whether that's warrior, monk, ninja, white mage, whatever you want it to be. And then after that, the word class job. So basically, that is going to change the icon to basically be the warrior icon here. So this black and white icon with the warrior axe, that's what that does. The second line is /gearset change 1 for me, but obviously yours can differ. In order to tell which gear set you guys need, just go into your character panel, gear set list, and then look through all of these, and then just add the corresponding number. So like for me right here next to it, warrior is number 1. So I want to put the gear set change 1 in that thing in order for me to simply just change to that gear for that class. And then after that, the last line was just a HUD layout 4 for me. Now basically that just obviously changes from the HUD layout 3, which is this, because this is my HUD layout 3 now, back to a sort of tank stanced one. I have some for healing, I have some for tanking, depending on if I want enemies closer towards the middle of my screen or my allies if I'm clicking on them to heal. So that's simply all that does. It's not too overly complicated, and like I said, I'll just leave one sample down below for you guys so you can just copy that and then just change out the class jobs like warrior, black mage, whatever you guys have. Pick your corresponding gear set number after it, and then whichever HUD layout you have set for that class. I mean, some of you may only be using the default number 1. Some of you guys may have used all of them and sort of tweaked a few things. So in order to do this, you will need a free one available. Just keep that in mind. Now, the other thing you might have noticed is I do have a gunbreaker and warrior icon here, and it's actually their job crystals, their soul crystals. So if you want to get a little bit more colorful, add a little bit more flair to it, you definitely can. I have a gunbreaker one here that happens to do my power up emote, and then it changes to my class. I have some people in my FC that do a snap emote, and then it changes their class too. So if you're interested in doing something a little bit more flair like that, it's pretty easy to set up also. Just instead of the first line, you're going to still do /macro icon, but in the parentheses, you're going to want soul of the whatever job that happens to be. So like gunbreaker, warrior, whatever. And then after that, instead of the word class job, you're just going to want item. So it just copies that item off of your character thing. Now, you could leave it at that and then just do the gear set change and the HUD layout changes. But if you do want to take it a step further, add that little bit of flair, you can add emotes into this. You also do need to add a wait timer, though, to let the emote actually take effect. So for example, I did /power up and then I did wait 2. So that allows it 2 seconds in order to do the emote, and then it will change my class. Like some other ones that are shorter, like snap, you can go with a wait 1, but if you make it too fast on things like this one, like the power up, it'll just make my character start and then it will, you know, end early. I guess I have to be on a different class first, but so it'll try to do my character and then it just changes before you even see the power up. So just play with the wait timers if you're trying some longer or shorter emotes, or if you just want to extend it a bit. But other than that, that's pretty simple. I mean, it's a simple 3-line button that I threw onto a hotbar system. You know, once you have your hotbar here, just change over to the HUD layout, drag everything over, and organize it however you want. You can choose to do the colorful method. I find the job icons a little bit hard to actually read unless I've memorized all of them, which I haven't. So I decided just to keep the big black and white icons here, so that way my blind butt can see all these. And again, I'll leave samples down below. I'll leave the /HUD layout for you guys, the simple ones for the black and white ones, and then the colorful ones. Those will include the emote thing. So if you don't want the emotes in there, just delete the /wait time and the emote itself. But other than that, have fun, guys, and be sure to be checking the community tab. We actually unlocked that because you guys have been subbing like crazy, so there'll be some polls up there and some new things to check out. So be sure to do that, and I'll see you next time.